Well, the Queen City will be one of the many center points for the total solar eclipse, with more than 1 million people expected to head to this region on April 8th.
To get you ready, the City of Buffalo is launching a new website for all things eclipse. Right now, we are joined by the city's Emergency Services Manager, Thomas Luby. Tom, thank you so much for being here this afternoon.
Thank you for inviting me.
This is such a big event. So big, the city created an eclipse task force. Tell us a little bit about the plan you guys have been working on. I know you're a part of that task force. How big is this April 8th event?
It's pretty huge. It's big. Yeah, it's approximately the same from 1 to 2 million people might be coming into the area. It's over 4 times what the visitors and the population is, the residents. The task force comprises of the city agencies, and then it consists of the cooperating and agencies and our state partners and all the county partners and those cooperating and sister agencies that will work with us. So that's the task force. So the task force is combined of all the agencies, and that's how we do it for following NIMS and stuff like the National Incident Management System. It's a collaborative effort, and it's how we work towards it.
Tom's primary job, especially during the winter, is to control the city's response to snowstorms and things like that. And we're going to get to that toward the end of this interview. But I am curious why it takes someone in your position to be running this type of an operation for all the events. Is it just the sheer number of people who are going to be descending on our region? Why they need someone to coordinate this effort?
It's a combination of things. First of all, we want to make sure everyone who comes here is safe and has a great viewing experience, and they leave the city in a very positive atmosphere. So the customer service aspect, right? The golden standard of customer service that we want to push. The second thing is that we have to provide during this influx of people going and then leaving the city from various points, we have to make sure that we can able to provide the essential services like we would normally do on a day-to-day. So that 9/11 response, augmenting various calls, whatever that may be, and how to navigate through all this traffic and things like that. So it's a twofold. One, safety of the people have a memorable time, and number two, to maintain that essential services for delivery of services.
Now let's talk a little bit about this new website the city launched. I mean, I checked it out. There's resources, things to do. The interactive map on there is really awesome. It shows all the events going on. You see it at the bottom there in that line of totality. Tell us a little bit about the different resources that are right there, all in one place.
Well, that's the thing, right? So it's like a one-stop shopping of everything I need from the counter, the time, how many days out it is. So that's very intriguing. Get the kids involved, get everyone involved to read it, keep an eye on it. It tells you about various safety events, safety things, what you should consider. You can't look at the sun, sort of things like that. And then there's the additional, where's the events going to be throughout the city. So it's like the cornucopia for the city to say, hey, one-stop shopping, come here. And then they also have the, where you have the text for the eclipse, and then you get updated brief information. So between that, the buff alerts, and the various social media products that come out of the city mayor's office and stuff like that, the communication will flow, and you're going to be very up to date on the most information that you can get at the current time.
Since you are among the coordinators of this event, kind of high-level coordinators, I'm curious because people watching this, most of them are local residents. They're familiar with the city. They're familiar with maybe a good vantage point or a one-way street or something like that. When we're talking about 1 million plus brand new people who may not have any familiarity, is that on the top of leaders' minds at all? And if so, what are you guys doing to address that, to help people navigate their way, even if it's just for a day or 24 hours?
Well, the thing is, the Buffalo Police Department is the lead on traffic management. So they'll come up with their traffic management plan, and they'll help coordinate the flow. Now, we'll monitor the traffic and identify those bottlenecks and try to work with that sort of how do we remedy that situation, and there's other things that we can implement on the fly, so to speak. But it depends on what is being reported, how many cars are coming in, how many visitors are coming in. There's a series of things. It's just not one solution that fits all. It's a series of things that help make that decision better.
Tom, while we have you here, let's talk a little bit about the emergency services hat that you wear as manager. Of course, we haven't seen a lot of snow this winter season, but we did get a storm in January. How do you think the response went?
I think the response for the first one, I think the response went very well. The coordination between the agencies, the communication that flowed, the informational sharing that went from the City Hall to the public was excellent. The public themselves, the residents actually listened and they actually followed the directions. So, you talk about effective communication, effective listening. They actually followed what we needed to do to accomplish the majority of snow removal and other agency coordination, stuff like that. So I think overall, first one, I think it was very successful on both sides. Thank the communities for, assisting and adhering to what we had to say. Well, the mayor had to give out on his various press briefings, and then we were able to do our job much better.
Perhaps the biggest aspect of that approach, that response to those twin snowstorms, was the ability of the city to decide to do the mini tows, literally taking vehicles and moving them to a different part of the street or what have you, so that the plows could come in. Is that something that residents, particularly in East Side, West Side, some of those smaller neighborhoods with narrower streets, should they expect that? Is that because it worked so well this time? Should that be the sort of plan moving forward?
We just did an after-action report, after-action review this past Thursday, and we sat down with all the agencies and we went through the actual timeline and through the events. We talked about areas of improvement, things that sustains, and then we're going to come up with an improvement plan to start implementing it. So as we move forward to that, things of that nature will be looked at much more. That would be an improvement, sustain, et cetera, whatever it may be. So once we get that all set together, then there's a bigger step to continue to continuous improvement culture of how to get better on that. So we'll look at all aspects. But right now, we just did it Thursday, so it's still
another
new.
tool in the tool belt, if you will, for you
yes,
guys. Excellent. Okay.
Perfect.
Wonderful. Thomas Luby with the City of Buffalo, thank you so much for coming in this afternoon.
Thank you for inviting me. Thanks, man.
All right, let's send things over to meteorologist Nick Goose.